Something was wrong. The stars once bright were now quiet. Entire planets had stopped sending signals. Space felt cold, like it was holding its breath. In the deep black of the universe, the Varnak swarm moved like shadows, fast, silent, deadly. They had destroyed over 500 worlds. No army could stop them. No one even knew where they came from. The Galactic Council had no more options. Their fleets were broken. Their leaders were lost. The last hope Earth had gone silent 50 years ago. No one had heard from humans since. Some believed they were dead. Others believed they had run away. Now, the enemy was here, above the peaceful planet of Zereth. The people looked to the sky and saw fire raining down. They thought it was the end. Ships burned in orbit. Cities screamed. Children hid in underground tunnels. The council sent out a final message: we surrender. But just before the signal ended, something strange happened. Another fire appeared in the sky, brighter, faster, different, and for the first time in years, someone whispered, "Is that a human?" The sky was burning. Not from the Varnak attack, but from something else. Something unknown. People on Zereth watched in fear as massive fireballs cut through the clouds. These were not enemy missiles. They moved too fast, too controlled. The ground shook as they slammed into the soil, one after another, like meteors with purpose. Then silence. From the smoking craters, dark figures began to rise, tall, armored, and covered in ash. Their eyes glowed behind black helmets. They didn't speak. They didn't hesitate. They moved like trained shadows. The Varnak, proud and fearless, opened fire. But within seconds, their front lines collapsed. These new soldiers fought with speed and fury no one had seen before. One human soldier leaped through the air, tearing apart a Varnak warrior with his bare hands. The people of Zereth were frozen. Who were these warriors? Were they demons? Machines? Then one alien elder whispered in shock, "No, it can't be. They're human." For the first time in decades, the Varnak pulled back. Something had changed. The galaxy, once drowning in fear, had just felt its first spark of hope. Aboard a damaged Varnak dreadnought drifting near Zereth, Commander Zurek examined the battlefield below. His elite swarm had been torn apart by beings thought long dead. His cold eyes narrowed as he picked up a broken helmet from one of the attackers. Inside, he found a small chip engraved with a symbol, a blue circle with stars around it. His mandibles clicked in alarm. He had seen this symbol before in old war archives, hidden deep in the Varnak vaults. Humans, long ago. They were the wild card of the galaxy. Unpredictable, violent, but powerful. Too dangerous to enslave, too chaotic to control. So the Varnak destroyed their colonies, hunted their fleets, and erased their name from every record. They believed the humans had perished, but they hadn't. They had waited, hidden, watching the galaxy fall into despair. And now, they had returned. Zurek slammed his fist into the wall. "We forgot the one rule," he growled. "Never turn your back on a human." Outside his window, more pods fell like thunder. The forgotten enemy had risen again, and they remembered everything. Fear spread across Zereth like wildfire. The Varnak were retreating, but no one cheered. The strangers in black armor were not here to comfort. They spoke no words, showed no faces, and left only silence behind. Were they saviors? Or something worse? A young alien named Kale, a survivor hiding in the ruins, watched them closely. He had never seen war, but these humans fought like storms. One soldier lifted a Varnak tank with a gravity glove and crushed it into the dirt. Another moved so fast, she vanished between explosions. Kale followed them from a distance. He saw how they moved in perfect sync, never wasting time, never showing fear. But he also saw something strange when they found wounded Zereth civilians. One human placed a small beacon beside them. Minutes later, drones arrived and treated the injured. Why would monsters help the weak? Kale had to know the truth. He slipped closer. A soldier turned, aimed his weapon, then paused. Their eyes met, and for a second, Kale saw something under the helmet. Not rage, not hunger, pain. Who were these ghosts from Earth? And why did they look so broken? Kale had followed them for days through burning forests, ruined cities, and shattered battlefields. But today, something changed. The humans stopped. Their leader stepped forward. She removed her helmet. Her face was scarred, her eyes cold like space. But deep inside them was sorrow. She looked at Kale, unafraid. "My name is Captain Arya Thorne," she said. Her voice was calm, sharp like steel. "You've been following us. Why?" Kale swallowed hard. "Everyone fears you, but you saved our people." "Who are you? Why now?" Arya glanced up at the gray sky. "Because the galaxy is dying, and we waited too long." She pulled out a small device, a glowing map of star systems, most of them marked in red. "The Varnok destroyed half the galaxy, but they missed Earth. We've been watching, waiting, preparing." Kale's eyes widened. "You hid for 50 years?" "No," she replied. "We trained for revenge." She tapped the final red dot. "Varnok Prime, their homeworld. We're not here to win a battle," she said. "We're here to end the war." And with that, the humans began their march toward darkness, deep beneath the surface of Zereth. In a hidden chamber built long ago, Kale followed Captain Arya into a sealed vault. Inside, glowing in the center, floated a strange device spherical, pulsing with fire, humming like a heartbeat. "The Ember Core," Arya said quietly. "A weapon born from dying stars, designed by human scientists. Banned by every galactic treaty." Kale stepped back. "What does it do?" "It ends things," she answered. "Permanently." The Ember Core was more than a bomb. It was a controlled supernova. Once activated, it would collapse everything within a system into ash and silence. Nothing could survive, not even the Varnok. "But how will you get it to their homeworld?" Kale asked. "That's the problem," Arya replied. "To reach Varnok Prime, we have to cross the Gravemark, the deadliest zone in space. No one has ever returned." Kale looked into the firelight. "Then why try?" Arya didn't blink. "Because if we don't, there will be nothing left to save." The plan was insane, impossible, but this was humanity's way. When logic failed, they did the unthinkable. And this time, the galaxy would burn with them. The Ember Core was loaded. The human strike fleet prepared to launch. Silence filled the hangar, heavy, like the breath before a storm. Kale stood beside Captain Arya, ready to guide them through a secret route he had learned as a child. But someone was watching. Zereth High Elder Varro, afraid of Varnok revenge, had sent a secret message to the enemy. The humans' path, their numbers, and the core's location. He believed surrender was safer than war. The betrayal came swift. As the human fleet entered the Gravemark, Varnok warships burst from the void, waiting, ready. Energy blasts tore through space. Ships exploded. Screams filled the comms. Kale saw it happen. "They knew," he gasped. Arya's eyes went cold. "Someone sold us out." She rerouted the fleet into a collapsing asteroid field, dangerous, but blind to Varnok sensors. Half their force was gone, but the Ember Core still burned. Kale faced a choice. Stay loyal to Zereth's fear, or fight with the humans who chose. Courage over comfort. He stepped forward. "I'm with you now." Arya nodded. "Then welcome to the fire." And they vanished into the storm. The Varnok homeworld loomed ahead. Varnok Prime, a planet wrapped in black storms and shielded by 1,000 warships. No fleet had ever reached it. None had survived trying, but the humans weren't here to survive. They came to finish it. Captain Arya stood at the front of her strike ship, armor scorched, eyes burning with purpose. "Drop the pods," she ordered. In moments, the sky tore open. Thousands of human soldiers fell like fire from above, just as they had on Zereth. But this time, they fell straight into the enemy's heart. Kale clutched his seat, staring through the window. Flames licked the edges of their pod. Around them, other pods burst midair, shot down by Varnock defenses. Still, the humans kept falling. When they landed, chaos exploded. The ground battle was brutal, metal against claw, scream against silence. Arya led the charge, cutting through enemy lines with unmatched fury. They pushed forward, step by step, toward the core's final drop point. Every inch was earned in blood. Kale fought beside them, now not as a witness, but as a soldier. And above them, the sky burned with human rage. The battlefield was a storm of smoke and screams. The Varnock fought like beasts, defending their home with endless fury. But the humans didn't stop. Even wounded, even dying, they advanced. Captain Arya had been hit. Her side bled through shattered armor. Yet she pressed on, dragging the Ember core with her. Kale saw her stumble. Without a word, he ran to her side, lifting her with one arm and supporting the core with the other. "We're almost there," he said, though the truth was he wasn't. Sure, Varnock forces closed in behind them. Arya coughed blood. "You have to finish it," she whispered. "No," Kale said, voice trembling. "Not without you." Together, they reached the core's activation point, a high spire at the planet's center. Arya slammed her hand on the control panel. Light surged. The core began to hum. Far above, human ships fled. A countdown started. 30 seconds, the ground cracked, the sky twisted. Kale looked at Arya. She smiled faintly. "We don't run, we finish it." And as the world beneath them began to collapse, fire swallowed the darkness. The war was ending. Silence. Where once stood the mighty world of the Varnock, there was now only light fading slowly into ash and dust. The Ember core had done its work. Varnock Prime was gone, erased from the stars. Across the galaxy, the fighting stopped. Enemy fleets powered down. Varnock warriors froze in confusion. Then fear, then surrender. The swarm had lost its queen, its heart, its will to fight. On Zereth, the skies cleared. People stepped outside for the first time in weeks. No bombs, no screams. Just peace. And then came the transmission. A single message from Kale, standing alone in a dark chamber lit by the last glow of the core. His voice was steady. His eyes changed forever. They came when all hope was gone. They burned like fire. They fought like storms. And they gave everything to end the darkness. He paused, then added one final line. Hope came from the sky. And it was human. From that day forward, the galaxy didn't just remember humans. It feared them. And more than that, it respected them.